With Season 2 of Umbrella Academy coming tomorrow, at the time of recording this, I thought I'll add to the ever-increasing stockpile of Umbrella Academy content with a Season 1 recap. So without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1. 43 women randomly give birth without reason or explanation, nanoseconds away from each other, and some random monocled man adopts 7 of them. They all had special abilities. Well, all but number 7, but we'll get back to her later. Monocled Man, aka Reginald Hargreaves, assembles those children into a team and calls them the Umbrella Academy. Now they're gonna be together forever. No. They all grow up except for 5. Number 5. He's stuck in the past, or present, or future. Time travel is confusing, okay? The 6 of them assemble one more time for their parents' funeral, when 5 comes back and says that there is an apocalypse happening in 8 days, and they need to stop it. And we also meet Hazel and Cha-Cha. Episode 2. More on 5. He's really like a 6-year-old stuck in a teenager's body. He can time travel, 1 has super strength, 2 can curve anything he throws, particularly knives, 3 can mind control with saying the words, "I heard a rumor." Number 4 can talk to the dead, 5, time travel, and 6, he's kinda dead, and 7 is powerless. Or is she? Anyway, 5 time jumped into the future, and saw that the world is on fire and destroyed, and kinda got stuck there. For 50 years, he was finally able to come back, and in that scene in episode 1. And 5 is the only one trying to stop the apocalypse, and he gets a lead and chases it with 4. Oh, and Hazel and Cha-Cha torture and kill a guy to get info on 5. They don't get it at the end of the day. 7 gets with a guy that seems good. Or is he? Oh yeah, and 3 finds some juice on her dead father. Wait, did he commit suicide? See, Hazel and Cha-Cha attack 5 again. Episode 3. Is their mom hiding something? 3 and 1 and 3, both of them try to get information out of her, but she doesn't seem to budge. 7 and, the guy she's with get closer. 1 and 3 have a heartfelt talk. 20 full minutes of meaningless talking. Turns out the piece of evidence that the others needed this whole time to set their belief of their dad committing suicide set in stone was with 2 the whole time, and a flashback of mom and 5 minutes of heartfelt mom and 2 dialogue. 2 then later fights Hazel and Cha-Cha in an epic battle, and the episode ends with the number siblings and Hazel and Cha-Cha to end the episode. Episode 4. 10 minutes of 7 and said boy talking. Dialogue. They're getting closer. 4 gets captured and tortured silly, but Hazel and Cha-Cha get nothing out of him. And then they do, while simultaneously getting high and burning down a building in their highness. Just dang. Anyway, they leave 4 in a dark closet at night, and while 4 is sober, he sees and communicates with the dead, and see that Hazel and Cha-Cha are total monsters. He escapes with the help of 5 and takes Hazel and Cha-Cha's suitcase. 4 then uses the time-traveling suitcase to go on a time adventure that we don't get to see. And 2's cop sweetheart also dies by gunshot at the crime scene, and 2's sad now. Episode 5. 5 used to work for the same people that Hazel and Cha-Cha are working for. He was a time-traveling assassin. Oh yeah, and 4's little time adventure, he met a war friend and they were really close, and then the war friend died. Like war. After 7's boyfriend convinced 7 to go off her meds that she had been taking for her entire life, things start happening. Namely, this. And the number siblings go after Hazel and Cha-Cha and time freezes. 5's old boss makes 5 an offer. 5 agrees. Hazel falls for Donut Person, and we watch a feather floating in the air on some sound waves for the last 2 minutes of the episode. Episode 6. The number siblings hold an emergency meeting to talk about stopping the apocalypse without 7, and 7 is obviously angry. And there's some random boy that killed his father. That isn't going to matter to the story. Oh shoot, it's the guy 7's with. 5 joins the company he ditched, but in a low position, pretends to cooperate, and then ditches them while almost killing his boss. Almost. 1 makes a heartbreaking discovery, and 4, after blacking out and talking with their dead father, having a heartfelt conversation.
You're a sadistic prick.
He comes conscious again and tells the rest of the number siblings, but weirdly enough, they don't believe him. And 5 comes back from limbo or whatever that place was and tells them some valuable information. Episode 7. The dad killing, 15 years in prison, 7 dating boy by the name of Leonard takes 7 into the woods to practice using her powers. That 7 is sure as anything she doesn't have. Oh yeah, and Leonard's real name is Harold Jenkins, so I'm just gonna call him Gerard. Because, yes, the police think that 2 killed his cop sweetheart and 2 denies it and escapes capture. The 2 younger siblings investigate Gerard and find some non-creepy things. Hazel and Cha-Cha have some drama after they get orders to kill each other and Hazel runs. And Seven's powers show themselves on some people that were attacking Gerard. It also hospitalizes Gerard and kills 2 of the 3 men to end the episode. Episode 8. 7 slashes 3's vocal cords so 3 doesn't hypnotize her. 7's real power comes out in the open and it turns out that 7 had powers all along, and that their dad had 3 hypnotize her to make her think that she was normal, and their dad gave 7 mood calming pills to keep her in check. Because here's the thing, 7's powers were the strongest out of all of them, and their dad didn't want her to destroy the world. Episode 9, nothing interesting happens, so I'm skipping it. Episode 10, their dead dad's plan backfired, and 7's powers are out of control. She kills the pets, destroys the mansion they all lived in, kills Gerard, and inadvertently starts the apocalypse that they had all been trying so hard to avoid. Hazel and Cha-Cha get into a fight over Hazel's donut lady, and Cha-Cha almost boils her. Almost. And their boss sends them on a death mission, and the Number siblings go after 7, now called the White Violin. And 4 brings back a ghost, 6 from the dead, and takes on a horde of whoever these guys are. And 5 time travels out of there before the apocalypse starts, just in the nick of time. And that is all of season 1. Stay safe, and I hope you now have all the information you need to watch season 2 and not be confused.